local TV station in Florida has been reporting the state has been selling personal information to private investigators for years, raking in almost $63 million. Now, the information comes from driver's licenses, including numbers and birth dates. It's sold for 1 cent per file, and it adds up quickly. Time to let the Willis watchdogs out. George Jarkesy is the chairman and managing member, that is, of the National Eagles and Angels Association in Austin, Texas. Ben Ferguson is a radio talk show host in Memphis, and Susan Solovic is the CEO and co-founder of It'sYourBiz.com. Susan, let's start with you.
Okay. Well, actually, here's what I have to say about this situation. It's public documentation. It's been available everywhere for many years. When I practiced law, I had access to it, so many professionals have had access to that information. But I have to applaud the state of Florida because everybody's got a budget crisis right now. Applaud them for figuring out a creative way to raise some money. And a lot of states right now, because of the housing crisis, are losing revenue base with their property taxes. So what are they doing? They're slapping small businesses with more taxes. But Florida is ranked 18th in the most entrepreneurial-friendly state. So good for them. They're figuring out a way to fund their budget.
But Ben, my information, if you're going to sell my information, give me the money. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm worth more than a penny. My information on my driver's license, for goodness sake. I mean, if you're gonna whore out my information, at least get a dime for it or a nickel, for goodness sakes. I don't call that good entrepreneurship. I think they need to go for some more cash, or at least let me have the option to give you 1 penny so you don't sell my information. Give me 5 cents. I guarantee you, people would go and pay 5 cents to not have you sell their information.
That's a good point.
I just think this is a bad idea.
All right, George, so is it innovative on the part of the state, or are they actually just, ripping us off?
Look, it's innovative. And if you look at it, that's $60 million that the taxpayers didn't have to come up with. Not only do I agree with it, all of that information that you have and that they're selling is available on the internet. I know people that think that they have private data on the internet or that they're not listed, but if you want the data, you can find it. It's innovative, and not only that, other states should try to do that and make money for their states.
Boy, oh boy, you people would sell anything. All right. The Federal Election Commission says John Edwards needs to repay the U.S. Treasury more than $2 million. The FEC said his 2008 presidential campaign understated its cash and overstated its expenses. The campaign got nearly $13 million in federal matching funds. Ben, want to have a little fun with this story?
Yeah, John Edwards should have learned to spend more of his own campaign money real quick at the end there. Oh, wait, no, he was already doing that, paying women to not talk about his love child. So I think he maxed out his money. I think he just screwed up, and it's time to pay back the taxpayers. And you know what? He is a lawyer. I think this could take a while till we get our money back.
George, what do you say?
Well, it was a unanimous decision, and I think he should pay the money back, and not only pay the money back, but pay it with interest. He owes our government, and if you or I owe the government, we pay him, and he should pay us, and pay us as quickly as possible.
Pay early, pay often, Susan.
Well, actually, he said John Edwards, he's a lawyer. He's a good trial lawyer. If he were on the other side, he'd be aggressively fighting this situation. And here's what I think. During his campaign, he really wasn't thinking with his head. He was thinking with another part of his anatomy. He took his eye off the ball.
I was just hoping you weren't going to say what that was.
Hey,
okay.
Well, no, I'm not going to get that technical, but he got the eye off the ball. The mistakes were made. He needs to pay the money back.
All
That's
right.
simple.
Okay. I think we'll move on. You get the picture, right? All right. New York Times is reporting on a new status symbol among some parents, some really, really wealthy parents, Posh Playhouses. Reportedly, some of these parents are spending upwards of $200,000 on high-end replica mansions for their kids to play in. And many of the companies that produce these make-believe palaces say their profits are booming, despite the fact that we're still in recession. George, what do you say?
Well, I read the article there today in the New York Times, and the gentleman that they were talking about there runs a big company. He's built a company. He's made a lot of money for his investors. If that's how he wants to spend the money of his princess, then that's great. But what people really need to think about is how many jobs were generated by that expenditure. So I'm for it.
Well, Ben, I mean, good on you if you can start a business to do that. But I mean, my mother would have said, there are kids starving out there. What are you doing spending $200,000
yeah,
on a playhouse?
I'm going to make a prediction. There's going to be some back property taxes on this poor little girl one day. Barack Obama is now going to be calling out these people with playhouses and, oh, by the way, the guys that fly in those private jets. So I'm telling you, I wouldn't have done the article because somebody's going to want some money off this. At the same time, look, it's his little daughter. He's got the cash. He wants to spend it. More power to him, you know?
Okay, well, Susan, I'm sorry,
Yes,
we got to
okay,
go. We're out of
all right.
time. You got to come back so you can talk.
I'll be back.
All right, George, Ben, Susan, thank you so much. Great job.